Good day and welcome to a new video. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe! Hello and welcome today. You're joined by me, Daniel. And welcome to my channel, Daniel Jemison Illustrates. This is my channel. We have YouTube videos every week. I have 2 videos up a week. I have this weekly stream that I do every week with an artist that I chat to. And then I have a weekly tips. With the one I talk with artists, I do sometimes just do it myself, or have some sort of other weekly stream that I do. For instance, I've got one coming up in the next week. That is my monthly draws at the moment that I'm keeping on doing at the moment, and keeping that up and doing these monthly draw exercises, and it seems to be going good. And yeah, you can see me painting illustrating page 8 of my book, or no, sorry, 7. Page 7 of my book, sorry guys. Page 7 of my book, the last little touches to it pretty much. This is like the reworks of it. I've done it before, and then now I've kind of repainted over it 2 more times in a way. So yeah, it's going good. And that means that I'm kind of halfway, kind of fully finished my book. Like I've got all the pages there. Now it's just re-editing each page, re-editing and drawing what I need to redraw. Some things I just need to paint and make it look good, and things like that, like some of the grass, making it pop out a bit more, make it seem more like grass rather than like splotches of green or something like that. And also some of the character, maybe there might be parts of the character, like in this one, definitely develop some of the character, and at the end you'll actually see with the final image, the claws, I actually kind of fix them up fully, because with the character design I had it where the claws were kind of coming out the middle of the thumbs, but in reality in a normal cat they come out of the actual kind of fingers, they retract and come out. So I kind of did that, and I was like, yeah, I've got to change it to what it's actually in reality, and it looks much better and makes more sense that way. It's less like a Wolverine. Wolverine has that kind of 3 claws that come out of knuckles kind of a thing. It's less like that. It's more like a cat feeling at the end. You'll see that at the end, so you have to skip all the way to the end if you want to see that, or you can just remember that and see it, and I'll probably mention it again when I actually get to the end. So yeah, it's just me today, and kind of had a topic in mind. I had kind of a thing to talk about today, and yeah, that kind of involves wanting to draw and things like that. It's called do you, should you draw? Should you keep drawing? And it's a question that I've asked myself in the past. Should I keep drawing? Should I keep creating? Whether it's these videos, whether it's these paintings that I'm doing, or the book, these things, I've asked my questions in the past. Or should I keep creating that? And that's what I'm asking you guys. Should you keep drawing? It is. It's a tough question that comes up a lot of the time. And it's a tough thing to get around your head. There's a lot of forces in play when you are creating and illustrating and doing this full time, or trying to get into the industry, trying to make a living with it, or just trying to have fun creating art and things like that, or trying to find time to create art. There's so many forces driving you, and pushing you back as well. There's things pushing you back, like there might be your parents. They might not be so supportive and things like that. They might not want you to be a full-time artist, or wanting to spend all your time drawing and painting and things like that. They may not support that. They may be against you doing that. The more kind of wanting you to get like a real job per se, and those kind of things. or there could be your friends with that kind of personality that just like you drawing all the time and things like that. Um, and yeah, there's all sorts of forces out there. There's also social media. You don't think you don't get enough attention online and things like that, though you don't enjoy it too much. But yeah, you've got to kind of those things play into if you're going to keep doing illustrating, creating things is definitely a thing I've had in the past. With um, my parents, they were kind of supportive. It took them a while though to kind of get their heads around what I really wanted to do. Um, me wanting to pursue illustration and creating art and things like that. Um, dad, my dad was more, wanting me to get kind of a real job, kind of a thing, and things like that. My mum was a little bit more supportive than my dad about it, um, but he still kind of supported me in it after, a few kind of years of pursuing it and things like that. And it's always struggling thing. And same with like social media. I'm not exactly getting the most attention out there in the world. But that's not important to me. The social media side of things. I was thinking about it. I I wouldn't. I may have gotten like more attention on another social platform. If I focus like more of my time on actually kind of creating illustrations and just posting them on like ArtStation and things like that, and not worrying about this whole YouTube thing and just doing what I'm doing and painting, keep creating, I might have had a bigger kind of ArtStation following, maybe, but also thinking about that too, without this YouTube channel, I might have fallen off my wagon a bit further, because before I kind of got into this whole YouTube kind of me creating these videos each week, or well, I was kind of creating them less often, but yeah, me kind of keeping on doing these videos when I got to the point of creating one each week. That really, keep me going, keep me painting and creating, and drawing things, and going a bit further than just drawing and kind of finding no time in the world, when in reality I do have some time to paint and draw. It would have, yeah, I think I would have fallen off my wagon, and I wouldn't have produced as much work as I have today. That's my thoughts on it. There is obviously positives and negatives. I may have been able to paint a little bit more of things, maybe, but then I'm not too sure if I would have been as motivated as I am doing this YouTube channel and thing. It's really awesome for me to just voice my opinion online on this YouTube, and chat with some awesome artists out there. These are awesome artists that I every now and again I'll go chat to, not just on these YouTube streams, but offline and things like that. Every now and again I like pop them an email and see how they're doing and things like that. I get interested in seeing how their life is going, and I make some awesome connections out there. With doing some of these videos, I find like lots of similar like interests, for say like gaming or something, or just something, being an illustrator or an artist that we have in common, like battling, trying to find time to do illustration when you've got like children and other life situations happening. Yeah, it's always something we discuss, and it's something I'm always interested in chatting about. And sometimes we have a laugh, and it's great to keep this YouTube. It's great for like my social kind of life, so it's really great to talk to different artists around the world. Because I don't get a lot of that here where I am. There's not many people around me know that kind of struggle of being an artist and creating work um, and the enjoyment of it too. I know you hear a lot of like struggling to be an artist kind of a thing, but you don't like. I know you do sometimes hear about the joy of it and everything, but not as often as kind of the struggles of it. Um, I mean, it's really, it's an enjoyable thing. I love, creating a new illustration, um, yeah, just finishing off a piece, trying to finish a story off, trying to make a character really pop and make sense. Making in things that I haven't kind of maybe painted before or dabbled in sometimes. Like sometimes I've tried like 3D. I've tried um, doing other form of media and just giving those things a go. Sometimes is a lot of fun. Um, but subject matter as well, like backgrounds and things, just getting those things right and being like, oh, I actually can get this background or can get this grass looking right, or can get this character looking awesome, um, those kind of things are a lot of joy for me, and just painting, creating, and sometimes, obviously I don't feel like too much painting, but other times I can sit there for hours and, I could paint forever, but I've got other things to do. I've got to go to bed and, wake up and stuff like that. So I've got to be like, no, I can't, stay up all night painting. I really, I have to kind of stop and then come back to it later. Which is my kind of schedule kind of a thing. I've only got so long that I can paint every day. I've got probably an hour, 2 hours a day from Monday to Friday of painting. Plus, I have streams to do that week. Um, it depends on how early I get into my computer office space. And also how many other things I've got to do as well. But I can have about 2-ish hours, and also that's a little bit of gaming time. I usually have like the first hour of a little bit of gaming, about half an hour, 20 minutes maybe. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I'm straight into illustration. Usually when I'm kind of in a panic state per se, really got to get this illustration. Per se, like I think it was Thursday night, Wednesday night, Thursday night. I really had to get that illustration done. Would have been Wednesday. Yeah, pretty sure it was like Thursday night. Really had to get that illustration done, so it's like really painting, getting it done, and trying to get it finished. And I got it finished, which was awesome. And I actually got it finished earlier than I kind of expected. I think there might be a few tweaks that I could possibly fix up later, but I'm pretty happy with it. It's at that state where it's like, yep, it looks good, and it's ready for the book. Um, it probably playing around with the text spacing as well is another thing I need to do, which that's kind of the design aspects of what I do as well. So I love design as well. I'm not just an illustrator. I do enjoy design. I've done a whole course in design, and I kind of merged the both. I did a lot of illustration, but I also did a bit of design. What I enjoyed, creating logos was fun, posters, those kind of things. That's also I got to like do some sort of drawing, and usually with every project I did or bring in some sort of drawing form that I could use, whether was actually drawing something, then putting it into Illustrator to create an illustration piece or something with it. There was some sort of drawing, whether it's just creating the idea, the drawing of the idea. There was some sort of drawing involved. So I enjoy design, and it's just saying it, but I don't. Type's not the most funnest thing in the world, so that's why it's kind of on the backlog of things. I'm not too strong with like using typography and text and things like that. That's not my strong point. But I don't mind it. Text is okay. I kind of understand I had to learn a lot of that stuff, a lot of text and type and typography, playing around with where type should go, typesetting, what sort of fonts I should be using and things to fit with um, a certain illustration or a certain um, book or story, what can really tell and portray that story and that text. All those skills that I've learned have been really helpful, especially now that I'm, creating my own book with my own story. During the course that I did, um, you know, I was obviously not that good at English. I pretty much went to art because I really disliked English, and I didn't really know. I wasn't really good at school per se. There were some points I was strong at, but um, mainly I really loved illustration and creating art and things like that. But in doing my course that I went on to, I eventually I was kind of against it to start off with, like writing my own story. And then, I tackled it. I was like, no, I need to do this, I want to tell a story here. So I decided to, take my story that I was thinking and really tackle and write my own story. I had doubts, obviously, that I was like, oh no, I can't kind of write this story. But with some help, people encouraging me at the course. There were a few of my classmates um, that I had a lot of doubts about me writing because I was really when I started doing course, we had to write essays, and even that was really really daunting. It's the only way that I can pass the course was to do these essays, and I was like shell shocked about that. I did not like that at all, but I got through it, and it was great after I did the first essay. I was really struggled, but I used everything I can. My tutors, I constantly go to my tutors and show them my essay. They would tweak it, and I would then go and tweak it and fix it up, think about what they've said about it. um, and yeah, because I was following my passion, my illustrations, those essay things and things I had to do as part of the course, it didn't feel, so bad. I know I didn't like it at all, but it didn't feel so bad because I knew it was part of something that I needed to do. And in the end, I'm actually quite grateful for actually doing them because they did, expand and help me to learn a bit of English. They've helped me obviously in this part too. I wouldn't think I'd be doing these YouTube videos probably 4 or 5 years ago because I wasn't very verbally well or anything like that. I don't really talk a lot. Don't I? Was quite shy person. Things like that. So I didn't think I would be at this stage like 5, 6 years ago. And now, doing this YouTube channel, talking with amazing artists, and yeah, now, I'm writing my own book slowly. Um, Obviously, they're not the perfect books. And, that first book that I was creating at course, like I was saying, got a lot of help, a lot of encouragement from students around me. Um, going back and forth between them, show me like how to kind of write it, making me think about things as well. It was great. Having a course like that was amazing. And I'm not, trying to say you go to a course, get your degree or go online and do your online course. I'm not saying any of those. I'm not trying to say one is better than the other. Because it's each their own. For me, doing the course here in New Zealand was kind of the only option because unless you unless I found work in that kind of doing that, I wouldn't be been able to do it full time and find ways around me doing it full time, Um, and these days I have to work, I have to pay the bills, and do illustration on the side. Which is fine with me. I'm at the moment alright. I'm pretty happy. Obviously things could be better. I could be illustrating full time, could be creating and yeah, doing other things, but I'm pretty okay with what I've got. I've got my job that's paying all the bills, and I still get time to do some illustration on the side where during my weekends and during my days after work hours when my daughter's asleep. I do, I say up to 2 hours a day. It can be a little longer if I stay up, or if I really need to get something done, I will stay up or wake up early sometimes. Sometimes I do get that odd chance where I do wake up early and get some stuff done before I actually go to work. But usually in the mornings I leave things that save me time. So at the night time, I'm always just like painting and creating stuff. But in the morning, I'm kind of doing social media, editing, and putting together videos like this, stream videos, things like that, and doing those kind of minor things in the morning that I need to get done. I get those done all the morning, so I don't have to worry about them at night, and I can just paint and create at night. That's kind of what I do. And how I break things up. Anything those minute things like editing, posting videos sometimes that I can leave to the morning. Sometimes I can't leave it to the morning because it needs to be done and I don't have time in the morning sometimes. Excuse me. Like I think it might take more than an hour or something like that. Yeah, if I think it might take more than an hour, I won't leave it to the morning. Excuse me. Yeah, and that's what I kind of do. If I think it's going to take more than an hour, I won't leave it to the morning. I'll have to do it that night. And sometimes that happens every now and again. Like there might be a video that kind of needs to be uploaded like Tuesday night or something, so I need to upload it Tuesday night. Otherwise I'll leave it to Wednesday, and I don't upload it, then it could become an issue, because it's not up by the time it's supposed to be up. So usually what I do is I record my video on Sunday, and then edit it if I need to edit it, like usually that night or the Monday night for a little bit, usually 5 or 10 minutes. Otherwise I leave it to the morning, edit it together on the Monday morning or something, and thumbnail on the Monday morning, and then Tuesday, when it's all ready pretty much, there might be some tweaks on Monday night that I do. Usually don't do too much. I just usually paint on the Tuesday night on my streams and things like that. And then I upload it, on the Tuesday morning. Oh, Monday, yeah, might edit it on Tuesday. I might put it up Wednesday morning or Tuesday morning, it depends. But usually, yeah, I edit it on Monday night at the latest. And then put it up on the Monday. And I usually, try and get as much as I can on the Monday morning done. Like I might basically get the video all exported so that I can just put it on YouTube, make sure the thumbnail's done, so that on Tuesday I can just put it up on thing. Yeah. So I was saying before, there's all these struggling factors of, why you should keep drawing. why should you keep creating, why should I keep creating these YouTube videos, things like that. There's all these battling forces that you've got to battle along the way. And I create these YouTube videos because I love doing this. Love creating drawing art, and just kind of enjoy voicing my opinion. And that's kind of what keeps me going. You've got to decide what keeps you going. You've got to decide on what keeps you going. Keeps you creating, keeps you painting. Don't kind of put yourself on social media per se. Like, I will keep creating if I get 1,000 views on this image. That is kind of a bad thing, because you're only gonna look at kind of your views and be like, okay, so that didn't work out. I'm not gonna be a painter. I'm gonna go be a chef. And you're totally miserable at being a chef. You like painting, but you gave it up because you didn't get 1,000 views or something, so no one liked your work or anything like that. Yeah, you get that a lot. There's a lot of people that will tell you, oh, you should not do that because you're bad at it, therefore blah blah blah. Which it is very daunting. It's kind of puts you off if someone tells you that kind of thing. Kind of things like, go get a real job, you never be good at this, you've done it for so long but you're not creating anything good. You're gonna get a lot of those opinions, and you just have to decide what's best for you. You can't go on what they're saying. They might be trying to help you, maybe. If they're saying your work shit, or your work's crap, so to swear, your work's crap or bad or something like that, they might just be trying to tell you that, hey, you should actually, kind of open your eyes and just maybe, step back a little bit and think about, what your work's, how you can improve it, those kind of things. They might be just trying to tell you, if you want to do this, at the moment it's not looking like you're putting everything in, like there's a lot of artists out there that, try drawing and things like that, or people that like art, they kind of do it a little bit, and try and make out, they do it for like half an hour and they think, oh, this is my best work out there, and someone might say it's bad, and then you get totally discouraged after that. But yeah, they might just be saying, oh, hey, you've only done this for so long, just keep creating. I mean, in 5 years is, it's kind of a long time, but it's kind of a short time. You got to look at how long you've been doing it for. How long you've been creating art. Are you actually improving? And if you are not improving in your art, well, then there's obviously something that you are doing wrong. Like, per se, you may be just creating the same thing over and over and over again. You keep, you're just creating the same kind of thing over and over again. You are not kind of experimenting or trying to push further, trying to get better at drawing something, trying to get better at drawing the cat. You're just, you're drawing the same kind of cartoon cat over and over again. You're not trying to think outside what's, underneath the cat's skin. You're not trying to get better at actually, drawing the cat over and over again, trying to draw him in different poses, in different styles, those kind of things. I don't think, spending 5 years on something you can't improve. But yeah, if you don't kind of do it right, if you're just doing the same thing over and over again, like you're just drawing one Disney character, Mickey Mouse or something, over and over and over again in the same way, Photoshop, same brushes, same style, same technique every time, you won't improve. You've got to kind of expand on it. Draw. If you could be the person that draws Mickey Mouse the best in the world. But you've got to play around. Maybe draw him in different styles. Maybe draw him like realistic. I've seen a lot of that around. Realistic cartoon characters. Draw him in different poses. Draw him in story. Don't just draw the same Mickey Mouse in the same style in the same program, the same way you do every day. That's only going to get you better at drawing that character every day. It's if you draw him over and over again, different poses, different ways, different forms, you'll get way better than you will if you actually just draw the same thing every day in the same way, same style, blah blah blah. And that's the kind of the what you can get into if you kind of if people are telling you that you've done this for so long and your work's pretty bad, it's probably because you've done that kind of thing. Hopefully no one here is doing that. Yeah. Hopefully. But if you are, just it's okay. Just keep going, keep painting, keep creating. Think about it. Do other things. Do you really like illustration? Do you really like drawing and creating? Do you love it so much that you want to do it like all the time? Like me, I do want to do it all the time when I work. I really want to go upstairs and draw. You know, especially when like there's nothing much to do. It's like I really want to go home and just paint. Or even sometimes at lunchtime, I just want to go home and paint. It's yeah. I love creating. I wouldn't stop it. There are times obviously where I do get maybe a little over kind of painting all the time, a little bit. But it's still there. I still go back to it no matter what usually. And then you obviously doing these YouTube videos. I enjoy those too. I do this every week, and it's kind of I enjoy it. Obviously there are times where it's be really hard to do it. Like this weekend, I got sick, so I couldn't do it last night. I had to do it tonight. And I might sound like there might be times where I'm a little bit croaky tonight because of it, but it's okay. I think this video is okay, and I get it out the best I can at the moment. Obviously each video is a new experience for me. With each video that I create, there is usually kind of something new, like a new topic or just something new I'm chatting about. Like for instance, I think it was last week I talked to a guy from Belgium. I have kind of talked to, there was a French guy that where English was kind of his third language. He learned French, and then he learned he learned, was it French, German, and English or something? So it was kind of his third language. But I really enjoyed talking to him as well. He was an awesome guy to chat to. And the guy from Belgium as well. Talking to kind of someone from the other side of the world that is not. I mean, he understands English really well. But some words he did, kind of get me to say, because he wasn't fluent in talking English. But he did really well. It was awesome. It was a great chat, and I enjoyed chatting with him. He was an awesome guy to chat with. And I think he did really well for speaking English. I don't know. yeah, it's always great having the experience and chatting with a lot of artists out there. One of my artists that I chatted to on here actually worked on Spyro, and I've just bought that game now, and I'm gonna eventually play it. I might end up playing it tonight. I'm not 100% sure yet, but yeah, I'm looking forward to that. And it's a childhood game. I really love Spyro. I've played all those games out there apart from the the lesser consoles like the Game Boy Advanced and um, some of those other platform ones that weren't on the PS2, um, or other platforms. So I played all of the Spyros pretty much. Um, but yeah, some of the other versions and all the other games I haven't played though. But that's kind of no loss in a way, per se, because those games were kind of mobile. I've seen them online and things like that. Some of those games, and they're interesting, but they're not the original kind of Spyros. I really love the originals. The originals were awesome. But then when they brought out the versions, they were okay. There was fun elements to them, but they were obviously quite taken away from the original Spyros. Some of them had a lot of elements from the original Spyros. They expanded on it, but the original Spyros were the best, and the remakes of them. I'm just so eager to dig in and see what all the art styles like and everything, because I would have really loved to do that project. Helped out to create those dragons and things, because drawing Spyro when I was growing up and trying to draw dragons, that's a big motivation. I love creatures. I love drawing dragons. I love drawing those kind of things, and animals and things like that. So those things kind of, keep me going as well. It's a reason why I draw. I draw, to keep me happy per se. I'm not trying to keep anyone else happy, and that's the thing too. You got to think about keeping yourself happy, not trying to keep your audience happy. It's all good to kind of keep your audience happy per se, especially if you got some sort of like income through it. But also think about keeping yourself happy with it. There's a lot of artists out there, illustrators that I've watched and listened to, that not only do studio work, so work for the public and an outside work and gaming and movies and things like that, but also do things on the side that keep themselves happy, like creating their own projects or their own drawings, or eventually doing studio work, but then eventually like growing into doing a freelance work, where you kind of get to pick and choose what kind of work that you want to do, which is it's an awesome place to be at. But yeah, for me, I really love creating this book, creating these illustrations. Doing other things for people is fun as well, but there's nothing that beats us. Creating my own thing. When doing work for clients, when I've done a few works for clients, obviously they're voicing their opinion as well, so they will change or make your work a little bit different if it has to be kind of a little bit different as well. It could end up to something you do like, or it could end up being that you didn't like it as much. It was just kind of work for you. So yeah, you got to think about that. What actually keeps you creating? If you are doing something you love doing, for someone that is 100% what you want, obviously. But yeah, if you do find jobs that you don't exactly like doing, then probably just deciding on finding some time to at least do what you like to do, I recommend. So yeah, here is basically, the finished of page 7. You can see that I changed the clause a little bit at the end. If you watch through the video, you'll see that. And yeah, I pretty much was talking about in this video is, yeah, why you should keep creating and drawing. Why you should keep drawing. And each their own. Keep drawing, keep creating. I keep saying that all the time in my videos, and down in the description, because I want to encourage all of you to pursue what you like to do. Whether you're fully passionate, you want to be an illustrator, you want to be a creator, or you just want to do it on the side, either, just keep doing it because you love it. You gotta keep doing it. If you love it, you keep doing it. And just draw for you. Find some time to draw for you. And keep creating for you. I mean, people are gonna discourage you all over the place sometimes. But you have to kind of think about and keep going for your reasons. I mean, for me, there has been those times where people discourage me from keeping on drawing and creating and stuff like that. But I just nudge it to one side because I love drawing, I love creating. There's nothing in the world that will stop me from creating. It's just what I love doing, and I will keep doing it for probably the rest of my life. I don't think there'll be a time that I'll stop doing it, ever, because I just love doing it. So, yeah, feel free to follow your passion and keep creating. And yeah, we'll see you in the next video. So leave a comment down below if you why you create. Why do you create? Why do you draw? Leave a comment down below. I'd love to see why. And see any one story down below. I'd love to see it. Thanks for checking out this video, and we'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.